and decipher as a TPM. Without this piece, I cannot build this piece, right? But the individual pieces can be built through the methodology of Agile. But the integration itself has a cost, which is a dependency. And I need to wait for part A to be built in order to integrate it with part B. So that's a hybrid approach. You cannot leave engineers sitting idle. So you need to understand how you're going to be able, like there's techniques as a TPM, how you're going to split milestones in a way where both teams are ready for integration at the time, but you're utilizing a development methodology that is a hybrid methodology to enable both teams to be ready at the time of integration to integrate in order to make that holistic software that you're trying to launch. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, very good. Richie, does answer your question, or anyone else have follow-up questions? At the same time, let me add something to it based on real life stories. One of the FAM companies, one of my students worked there before. You can guess which one, okay? And the way they use hybrid is that, let's say the CEO said they want to launch the product by a certain date. Let's use Apple as example. It's not Apple, by the way. It's other fan company, non-Apple fan company, but using Apple example, right? So every September, Apple is going to launch one of the new iPhones, as we know. Okay, so the deadline stays the same. In order to hit the September launch, it's a waterfall, marketing being ready, and or like camera, new camera development need to be ready, different things need to be ready. And now those things have dependency on each other. And then when you build camera or any piece of software, they might use Agile, but together they are a chain of waterfall. And this is such reality in one my student working for one of those companies, and it's leading to lots of stress because the CEO said you must launch this by this date. If you don't make it happen, you're in big trouble, and there's lots of internal politics and silos. Everyone was very stressed out. They need to hit the date, but technology and other things is not that ready. So people are just running around really trying to get things done. So that's why they invented you have to do both Agile and waterfall so that you hit certain kind of milestones defined by your CEO, or internally you decide what's the ultimate milestones the team needs to hit by a certain date. So it's a combination of both. This is actually very frequent in big tech companies right now. And also in my company, in PMA, when they originally want to only use Agile to run my team, and doesn't work. And then I also took management training. I was like, what's wrong? I said, Agile is the king. And then when I run my own company, I have to use Agile plus waterfall, which has a deadline. And then the entire machine starts to work more smoothly. The combination of both is based on the reality. So you choose what's best for your own company. But in big tech company, they started to do combination moving forward. Okay, so anyone has any follow-up question regarding hybrid process?
Yes, somewhat related. Yeah. Scaled, agile, or safe, right? How is that different from hybrid?
Safe is another methodology, right? I haven't practiced that much, so I cannot speak on that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah.
Nicholas, question.
Yeah. Hello, thank you all. I've worked so far only on startups. We wear multiple hats. We only from the division of roles. We only read about. But how does the roles work on big companies? So what's the difference of the tech lead from the TPM, the Scrum Master?
Yeah.
So they have multiple teams. Do all the teams organize alike, or it's completely different? What do you find?
Yeah, in different companies, there's different roles. Now, the reason is because the product that a specific team in a large company is working on would probably require specific roles. I realize what I'm just telling you right now is like each company is different, but within the big tech company, different departments have different roles and different meanings. But usually, a TPM is a person that tells a product manager how and when you're going to deliver the product. A product manager is going to tell what to build, and the end managers or the TLs, the team leads, are usually the people that will provide the resources and also build the product. Okay, and so you're saying like a Scrum Master, yeah. TPM. I don't want to. Okay, so in the FANG companies, usually a TPM is required to do a Scrum Master's job. And that is a person, if you can imagine, I don't know if you guys have seen rowing on TV, right? So there are several people that are rowing on the same boat to meet a certain goal, which is the finish line. And there's somebody with a megaphone that is telling them at what beat they should actually row and at what side. And that's what a Scrum Master usually does. And that's what a TPM also does. Now, there's also companies that have decided, and these are all trends, the trends can change, but they've also decided that TPMs are more important than Scrum Masters, right? Because TPMs usually build closer to the product. And there's some companies that also believe that PMs, product managers, are less important and that they should hire TPMs that have a product background. So you developing this product management background is also a crucial step for you to be able to step into larger companies that welcome TPMs that have a product management background as well. These skills are very much interchangeable. Because all in all, TPMs and PMs, they cannot lead by authority. They can only lead by influence, right? A lot of the teams nowadays in big tech companies are called matrix. You guys can look that up. What a matrix is. All right, there's different structures of teams. But that's what a lot of just really short, where there's a lot of people or those roles are from like different parts of the organization. They come together and they form a team in order to release a product within a time box period of time. And they have their own managers. They also have their regular duties. But for this team specifically, they're also acting as a product manager or a TPM in order to release a certain product within that time box period. So that's a matrix.
Yeah, and in terms of resources, who controls the resources? So we need to hire a service for others. So does the TPM has just go with the finance team and say we need to hire this solution, or do you have to work with
it depends
directors, peers?
Yeah, there's a lot of bureaucracy in large companies if you don't have what they call headcount, because usually you have to be a manager, right? If you're an IC, which is an individual contributor, you usually have a say in the candidate, but you don't have the say in, I need to hire someone, because you're not a manager, you're an IC. But if you're a manager and you have headcount, then you can say that I need to hire somebody, right? So that's how it works. But you must have the headcount, the specific need, and you have to fill out paperwork and whatnot. So, Asim?
Hey, El, how much of the T is really required in the TPM job? So the reason why I ask is I once interviewed for Google Senior TPM and they asked